It's the newest stadium on the NFL landscape, and it might just be the grandest as you get a look at SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the New England Patriots and the Los Angeles Chargers.
Tucker McCann set to kick off.
The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. On the give, this is Eckler. Play there on 2nd down, but we do have a flag on the field. This is in the area where it might be coming back. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
That's into the hands of Eckler. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
1st and 10 at the 45.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Throws it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the All-Pro Stephon Gilmore. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Well, that is has a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. After the interception, here's Trubisky.
Open man is Asiasi, the tight end.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
New England.
They'll run with a former Super Bowl hero. It's James White. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
White, the New England ball carrier.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Second and 5 now. Trubisky. This is White on the screen. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
9 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They will run with White out of the shotgun. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
He's taken
But I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. Now it's Trubisky. Now they go screen. It's complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 11 yards there, first down. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown out on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and it may carry over for you.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's playing like clockwork right now for them.
A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be second and goal.
Just shy of the goal line. A 6-yard pickup brings up second and goal.
And they will run it with Michel. And he is in. Touchdown, New England.
Touchdown.
Sony Michel with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Pats have taken the early lead. You'd have to imagine for a team that's lost 3 straight games, scoring first in this first quarter has to feel pretty good.
It has to feel great for them, and also it's a nice signal to the rest of the team, because we talk about complementary football all the time. So they've now signaled to the defense, now signaled to the kicking game, hey, we're here to play in this one. We're going to do our part. Let's see if you guys will do the exact same, and we can break this losing streak.
And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. A battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
The 28-yard line.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Being chased out left. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play on third down for the Chargers, and even 50 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with second and a yard. A handoff. It's Eckler. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up first and goal.
With Melvin Gordon moving on to Denver, Austin Eckler is officially the Chargers' #1 option at the running back position. Gordon spent a lot of time holding out last year, and Eckler took full advantage with a breakout season. 92 receptions, 993 yards, and 8 touchdowns. He's in the top 10 in the league in receptions, receiving touchdowns, and all-purpose yards.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
At the 3-yard line.
He's got his man. It's Henry for a Chargers touchdown. Hunter Henry, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game.
Michael Badgley to kick off for the Chargers.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Demir Bird returning it. A good-looking return set up here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. On the handoff, this is White. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 27 yards there, a 1st down. What did you see there on the defensive side? What allowed that good-sized run?
Well, they were in a cover 2 alignment, which means your 2 safeties are back away from the line of scrimmage. So if you can match up your blocking at the line, at the point of attack, there's usually some room, a big gap between that 2nd level and 3rd, and that's what they were able to exploit.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2 yards.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And
he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown.
Touchdown.
James White, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
Taken in the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as King opts for the touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play.
That time on the outside, pretty nice job as a cornerback to shed any would-be blockers and make the tackle.
Think about the praise we're giving him, what his coaches are giving, but how about the respect he gets from his teammates to be a complete corner who doesn't just cover receivers, but also tackles ball carriers.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
All right, need you to check my eyes here. This entire unit defensively, I think, has looked really strong in the first half, especially in the secondary. They've been cohesive, fast to the football. We just saw another example arriving there to help knock that one away.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after they try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty, and he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. 1st down, here's White. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. It was Nick Vigil there on the stop.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. James White, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Patriots add on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Fielded in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the 2nd half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And the left sideline caught it, but out of bounds, according to the headlinesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. He's got it in, complete. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Eckler, they run left side. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
36-yard line.
play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And that one will fall incomplete.
Intended
clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
It certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. A shotgun snap for Herbert. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Fine work by the Patriot D there, and it's 4th down.
There is something to a game plan when trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try to throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And he's going to miss this one wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, and other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
Will find his tight end here, Asiasi. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Looking to throw, Trubisky on 1st down. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
The final shot before the break for Herbert. That's right. Left side, Williams. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Taken about 7 yards deep. And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're...
He's got daylight. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New England. For James White, 75 yards. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead.
Tucker McCann for the extra.
And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation. Knowing when it exists to go to it, they did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Return. The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half. Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll only get a couple off to about the 30.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a give running left is Eckler. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
7-yard line.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Once more, here's Eckler. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Play action. It's Herbert. He'll get this to Eckler. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Herbert off of play action. This is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Off play action. Herbert. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Back to the air. Herbert on 2nd down. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, this from 39. Badgley able to knock this one through, and the deficit falls under 20 now. It's a 19-point game. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time John? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
At the 23-yard line.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Trubisky. He completes it right side to White. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
On first down, Trubisky. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Demir Bird, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
2nd and 10 now. It's Trubisky. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Trubisky to throw again. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Joey Bosa make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool the defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Off the play fake. Herbert. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
Third quarter now from SoFi Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10. Off play action. Herbert. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Jonathan Jones that time, the one who got a hand in, knocked it away.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Off the play fake. Herbert. He's airing it out for Williams. This is caught. Touchdown, LA! Mike Williams, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are able to close the gap just a bit. So a nice touchdown pass for the rookie there. And, you know, as they go down the stretch, look, they're not a playoff team. This is just confidence building and growth time for him, right?
Yeah, it's a game within the game, isn't it? Because every team wants to win all games on their schedule. But the development of this rookie quarterback is paramount for this team. So you're exactly right. Every rep, doesn't matter what the game, what the situation, what the score, valuable for him, valuable for his team as they look towards next year.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Now Trubisky on 1st down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. And now it's SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. We get set for the 4th quarter. Patriots have the lead. They also have the football. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. On a handoff, it's White. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Opting to run again here with White. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the 1st down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
The Patriots send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And that kick will go out of bounds right at the 20-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Out of the gun, Herbert steps away to his left. He'll fire this one deep for Eckler. Oh, so close to an interception. Read that beautifully. Got his hands on it, couldn't get it. And it's 2nd down. Play action. Herbert. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. He's airing it out for Williams. Herbert, his 3rd interception, picked up by the all-pro Stephon Gilmore. So another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down.
Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Well, no doubt here in the fourth quarter, this is a huge defensive series.
Hey, they can read the scoreboard. They realize if they give up a field goal here, this game might be out of reach. They understand the stakes and are playing accordingly.
On second down now, it's White. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Pats take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier. Now a trio of rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance.
Diversification, it's all you can talk about. His ability to do everything leaves him on the field on every down on offense because you can hand it to him as we've seen. But you say 3 rushing touchdowns, and of course throw it to him where he's caught 1 as well.
Tucker McCann set to kick off.
McCann's got it teed up. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
On second down, Eckler, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
You don't see that a ton, do you? Where the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by the all-pros Stephon Gilmore.
You just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what
happened. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. Sony Michel, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Pats take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And that will bump the lead up to 26.
Makes the score Patriots 42, Chargers 16. Tucker McCann set to kick off.
McCann's got it teed up. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he's going to be taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They'll begin the drive with Jackson on the ground. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. That throw into the arms of Allen. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, Herbert. Forced out to his left. He'll fire this one. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. A big play there for the Chargers. And even 50 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Herbert, he's going to look for Allen now. The deep. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit. Now the Charger offense will stay on the field as they'll line up to go for the 2-point try. To the air again. Herbert toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wondered maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
When it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Now a 1st down carry. It's Michel. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning.
Taken down back at the 50-yard line.
So back at the midfield stripe now. They'll come up 2nd and long. Running out of the gun with White. An 8-yard gain, so that gets them halfway there. Now they're left with a 3rd and 8 more.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
The 1st down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. They stay on the ground with White. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. On 1st down, it's Herbert. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. But call it no gain there on the 1st down play. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch. And most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Herbert throwing again. On the screen, this is Eckler. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. A field goal gets them closer, but they say no thanks. We want the lead. On 4th down, Herbert. Not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
The keeper. A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 17-yard line. Today's final score,
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator,